Hello guys, I want to use this brief moment to educate our youth about getting themselves involved in something that will at least get them a daily income, something that would at least get them a little money for them to keep going, especially those who have just finished their tertiary education also and they have not been employed and they are still waiting at least to get their employment. I want to tell them that you do not just have to keep waiting. At least as you are waiting, you have something to hold yourself on. And I want to go to area of farming as something that will get yourself hold on until your employment come, or you'll be able to have something that you do for the income that you are expected to come or whatsoever. I want to use this medium at least to encourage our youth to please stand up and find something that will be at least get them some little money in their pockets as they are waiting. I'm specializing mostly on farming. Farming is a good business that people do not know that can be profitable. If you are serious, if you are committed, if you are dedicated, you come to discover that farming is a business that can really put food on your table even if you are waiting for your employment to come. Earlier, in ancient time, people believed that it is only the poor people that do farming work. The poor people that get into agriculture, while the rich people will take their certificate and get employment from government. But that is not the case. Most agricultural companies and farming companies in Asia, Africa, Europe are very mighty fame. They make millions of dollars from their farming produce. But that does not mean that we have to wait until we get millions of dollars before we get into farming business. No. I want to at least tell people that they can just start from somewhere. They can just start from little, investing in farming and getting some little income into their pocket. Sometimes it may not be little, it may become mighty or big or large income. That is, if you are serious, if you are committed, if you are determined. Yes. We have a lot of areas of farming activities, especially in Africa and some part of Asia, and even in the Americas and the Caribbean. There is a lot of means of farming activity. We have piggery, we have poultry, cultivation of rabbit, even that of crops. Most of the food that we have all over the world today, they do not come from heavens, neither are they imported. They are food that we get from farmers all over the world. Farmers feed the nation, do not forget. Farmers feed the nation. And as they are feeding the nations, they are making gain into their pocket. So, I want to encourage youth, especially because it is the youth that is mostly affected. Why I'm saying youth is the most affected part in this area is that most of them are unemployed. Among the 15 million or almost 20 million people, there's almost 20 million or more than 15 million people or billion people living on earth today. Youth is the most number of them. Youth of active age is the most number of them. And it's a pity that most of these youth are unemployed. They are idle. They do not have something to do in order to give them money in their pocket. Why? Because they said there is no government resources to get them all employed. But as it is, They can get themselves into farming, even as they are waiting for government to get them employed. In these areas of farming, I want to focus particularly on farm animal, that is cultivating of farms animal. Although we talk a little about crops, but now I'm focusing mostly on farms animals. When we talk about farms animal, we have like cultivation of piggery, cultivation of poultry, that of rabbit, and name them. There are numerous of them. We will talk about that in subsequent videos. But in this particular one, we are focusing on why we should start. We have to start from somewhere. It does not mean that you are ready before you start. You just have to start even before you are ready. Yes, you have to be determined, be focused. You can start with little, not until you have $1 million or so. I want to use this medium to encourage our youth that they must start from somewhere. That is, I mean, in cultivation of farms animal. I'm focusing on cultivation of farm animals. And I would want to encourage people that when we talk about farm animals, although we have some little disadvantage and difficulties that they will meet on the way, we'll talk about that later, and the other areas of advantage that they will benefit. But when we talk about advantage, that's the income that you will be making, again the disadvantage, we want to choose piggery among the farms animals. Let's just start with piggery. Why I'm starting with this one is because when we talk of pig, they are farm animals that are very strong. They can withstand turbulent time and harsh conditions. They do not die, they still exist. So if you start with that one, even while you are struggling to get into your feet or to understand the business fully, to understand how to cultivate them, they can still wait for you without dying off. Because if you go to piggery or poultry and you make 1 or 2 or 3 mistakes, you discover that all your bait are finished. So you have to get the adequate knowledge before you went into that particular one. But let us just talk about piggery first, because this one is more easier and now somehow lucrative getting into it and understanding what you are doing. But in this particular video, I want to encourage people that they should start. Not until you have everything. Start with piggery. All farmers today will tell you that they have made one difficulty or the other. This is what happened. This is how it was. But after some time, after many years of persistence, they come to at least give a story of their success. It does not mean that you don't have to fail. You must have to fail. Failing does not mean that you have failed completely. You have to be disappointed. You have to have difficulties, but that does not mean it has finished. He that fails and stand again, fail and stand again, is a hero. But he that fails and fell and remain where he has fallen, has fallen. But he that fell and stand again, fell and stand again, that one makes it. Nothing comes easy. Everything is tough. But that does not mean because it is tough, you have to relax. You have to keep moving, even with the tough time. So, I want to tell youth, especially in some part of Asia and Africa, that they must have to start with something, especially this piggery that I'm going to analyze much about it in subsequent videos that I will post. I'm going to narrate most important factors that we have to know or consider when we go into piggery business or piggery farming in the subsequent video. But this particular one, I'm encouraging you that they should start from somewhere. We know that the money that you require in order to put a roof in on top of your pigs, buy their food, at least the location and the facilities will look as if it is big or so. But you have to start. Anything that you are determined, you are focused, you want to get it. With that determination and commitment, you can get what you wanted. With even a very small money. In subsequent videos, I'm going to educate you how you can use as low as 100K. That's 100,000. to start a moderate piggery farm. But until then, we will talk about that